Thank you very much. I hope that everybody can hear me. Good afternoon and good evening to the audience. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go through the whole presentation that I made because we have run over the time. If you can move into the next slide, please. The Sri Lanka was impacted by COVID several times in the last 1.5 years, twice to name. And we are now coming out with the program, and we have actually vaccinated over 70% of the population in this country. So we are moving around in a normal way, but with a lot of precautionary measures taken. In the subject of resilience, resilience is the ability of a system to prepare for the threats, absorb impacts, recover, and adapt following a persistent stress on disruptive events. So naturally, COVID is something that we never expected. So resilience is part of that. I think Sri Lankan banking and especially my bank, DFCC Bank, also developed the resilience policy. Our sustainability policy developed in 2020 mainly focuses on the resilience as a sustainability purpose, contributing towards the resilient Sri Lankan economy. That's what we have been looking at. In that regard, we have developed a vision for 2025. And what we really want to is to develop the businesses contributing to sustainable economic growth, and also to promote a positive environment and social impacts to the country. Because as many speakers mentioned, Sri Lanka also SME sector, tourism sector are impacted. So therefore, I think we are looking at how well that we can support these industries. Next slide, please. So in the building space, building the resilient economy, our main target is to support the COVID impacted sectors, mainly SME, like my colleague in Indonesia mentioned, tourism is a main source of income of Sri Lanka. Tourism is greatly impacted, not by COVID. It is coming from 2019 April onwards. So we are trying our best as a financial institution, and the country, as a country central bank, all of us are looking at supporting that sector. And at the same time, there are several industrial sectors that came up due to COVID. Health sector, pharmaceutical sector, and related equipment supplies, then the digital e-learning, e-commerce. Those are segments that actually have come about as new entrants to the market, and new ventures are coming up, new people are coming into business, and as a bank, financial institution, our paramount important thing is to support that area. Then at the same time, we are also concerned about the sustainability, how to through the sustainability efforts, green financing and sustainability entrepreneurship activities, we are looking at as to how the different sectors, including the agriculture, how to support these segments after the COVID-19 pandemic through the resilient programs. Next slide, please. I think, as many mentioned, although we wouldn't expected, a digital transformation had come through very fast into our systems. So the old will go away with the age, and finally we have to give away to the new digital formation. What has happened? So in our bank also, a seamless operation we commenced during the last 2 years. We made use of the opportunity to develop digital platforms which will enable for us to onboard customers to the banking through the digital channels, and also that has helped us to bring about the financial inclusion that we have been always looking forward for a long period of time. So I think customer onboarding, when become digital, customer transactions become digital, it had become much easier for customers. I think the positive thing the pandemic had made is that we now are looking at the branches, sales outfits, which are actually model built for less customer interactions and move on to digital transactions. Next slide, please. So the climate change is something that is paramount important. As DFIs, our traditional mandate was to support industrialization. I think that that situation have got changed drastically in the last 2 to 3 years. And what are we trying to now look at as DFIs? Mitigate and adapt the climate change situations. Then we need to support those resource conservation, green energy, and popular population reverses, those have to be done. Environmental friendly, I think all our credit lines, all our lendings are now with environmental friendly guidelines that we manage. Then also we need to develop the sustainable entrepreneurship, which is also important in our sustainability initiatives. And also cash management systems, payment systems, all those have got automated. Then channeling surpluses funds from developed economies into developing economies is an important aspect at this moment, as many mentioned, like Sri Lanka. Most of the developing countries with the pandemic have got seriously impacted. So to overcome that, developing nations need to support us in this endeavor. Many countries are skipping the industrial phase of development and transition straight to service-based economy. I think that is we see that in many economies in the world, and I believe it is no different whether it is Asia or whether it is South Asia or any other Pacific region. Next slide, please. So addressing the fundamental changes in business, our industry has been forced rapidly to evolve to meet the current situation post-COVID new normal. As I mentioned, digital have become the norm. Working from home, even banking was never a profession that could have been serviced from home, be it any other profession. But banking itself had now become a work from home situation. And also we have actually, with all restrictions, security controls, we have allowed the clients, our service, our staff members to work from remotely from online delivery services. So with all that, cyber threats are coming imminent. So that is something that we need to be careful going forward. And cryptocurrencies, blockchain-based transaction, these are disruptive technologies that are coming about in near future. So finally, what I want to say is development of agile and dynamic business plans that can improvise, adapt, and overcome rapidly evolving threats will be the key to the success of DFIs going forward. I don't think the DFIs can be complacent by looking at only your traditional models, what you used to be doing. I think going forward, we need to be an agile organization, adapt to the new norms, and develop the new ways of doing DFI businesses. So with that statement, I thank Enrique and the Secretariat of ADFIAB for giving this opportunity to me and on behalf of the DFCC Bank. And thank you very much, the audience, for listening to me, and have a good day, safe stay. Thank you very much.